So yeah, Generation 5, or did we? Okay, Super ends, and then there's like another lull. And this, I guess, could be like where the Generation 4s kind of like. Well, it's still coming in, but like it kind of dies down as the time goes on.
Right. Well, one
2000.
of the things I've noticed about this current generation that I don't like is a lot of them are getting into the series through the mobile games, Dokkan and Legends. And the reason why I don't like that is because they're familiarizing themselves with a series without actually watching the series. I saw a guy the other day on YouTube streaming Dokkan, and I have nothing against the dude. It ain't nothing personal, but the video was him introducing his girl to Dokkan. She had never played Dokkan, and she never even saw Dragon Ball. And I wrote in the comment, I'm like, show her the series, and she's like, yeah, we'll get there. And I'm like, she's talking about Goku Black and all this shit that you're not supposed to know about until you see the original show, and then you get to Super, and it kills any kind of like surprise.
Yeah.
If you're doing it like that, so you're playing the video game, you're seeing all of Goku's forms, you're seeing all these characters, and so when you go back and start watching, even from starting Z, you're just not gonna get like the same context, and that is something I don't like. People who aren't even Dragon Ball fans are either getting into it through Dokkan, or in the art community, there's artists that draw Dragon Ball that have never seen the series before.
Which is
and
baffling.
that type of shit annoys me. It's poser shit, bro. It's your poser.
Yeah. It's amazing, but like that's the kind of, it's almost like a microcosm of, I guess you could say, Dragon Ball's entire fandom. Because like people get into it at different parts, and then it fucks with their brain when they see the earlier stuff. So it's like you really don't, when you don't have, especially like when you don't have like any context for anything before. This is why like this is the only series where I legitimately want to like, if I could, see a series, like wipe the brain and then see a series from start to finish from the beginning, this is what I would do. Because I had my sister do this as a punishment, because I remember she had done something stupid, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have you watch Dragon Ball from the start. And she actually ended up liking it, because her favorite character was Oolong when she started out, and then it switched to like Yamcha, and I was like, you're liking characters that people trash on, you know what I'm saying? It's weird, and people neglect and trash on. I'm just like, it's funny because you get a different perspective. And when she was watching it,
completely different.
yeah, and she was Pan's age. I'm surprised she liked Pan and GT because she was annoying as fuck. But like, she was like watching it. I'm just like, you like these characters? I was like, who's your favorite villain? She liked the Ginyu, like all that stuff. I'm just like, she has different like, people like when you see it from start to finish, you have a different appreciation, even from guys like us who saw it cut midway, because we don't know how it's like to experience it from the start without any context for these characters. So that's a beautiful thing.
I have to rewire my brain to do that, and you're able to do it if you really concentrate hard enough. But deep down inside, you're concentrating hard enough, so you can't hide it.
Exactly.
But it's a much better series if you watch the whole thing, start to finish, from Pilaf to Boo, is what I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the ancillary stuff, if you want to get into that, go ahead. But I think
that'd be after.
But that stuff, like,
that'd be after,
speaking of the Gen 4s, like, that would melt their... I'm surprised, like, their brains aren't melted. Like, especially with now, like, as we get into this Gen 5 era, where it's like Daima, post-base. And it's like, there's so much stuff happening in this small little time frame, right? Where it's like, okay, what happens first? What happens now? And then people worry about canon so much, so they're not even... They worry about canon more than they actually do the story, which is crazy to me. They're like, what actually happened here? Did Goku go to the demon world? Did Pan fight against the Red Ribbon Army? Like, what's happened? I could see how someone would get like so confused they wouldn't even start. It's like it has the One Piece problem, right? Where it's so many episodes, so much content, where you're just like, why even start? Because Oda's not even finished. You think you're gonna fucking finish? Get the fuck out of here, So it's like, why even start this series if it's like this jam-packed, especially like with everything? There's this 10-year gap of peace has the most violence and most chaos that Dragon Ball's ever seen in its entirety.
Right.
Which is funny.
You're right. It's not peace, bro. And the thing is, it would have been different if the entire series took place in a different place. And most of Super does. That's the thing. Battle of Gods is on Earth. That's fine. Resurrection F is on Earth, though. Then the Universe 6 tournament's not on Earth. Future Trunks arc is in the future mostly, and Tournament of Power is not on Earth. But then the Moral arc is on Earth, and so is the Broly movie, and so is Superhero. So
And
there
it
were, yeah, there ain't no peace. It was fine at first, but that's been thrown out the window, bro.
So it's like, how do you even put yourself, like, try to, like, you know, put yourself in the mind of a kid growing up, especially today, like post Toriyama, where you see Daima and then you see SS4, but you're like, wait a minute, they already did that, and you're just like, wait, what's going on? It's like some of this stuff just won't make sense. Like, especially now, it's getting more and more convoluted because they love just going back to the nostalgia. You're going back to nostalgia. And like I said, like with the 30-year rule, GT's hit that 30-year rule, or now the kids who grew up with it in Japan have literally, as Akio Yoku said, they had their own kids, and now their kids are experiencing GT.